It's a lot of Odeon taking over this event. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So my friend Nasri, who lives in Australia, actually helped me put this together based on the local results and things that was going on over there. So I don't have much of a source other than Australia, the Discord community. But your breakdown for this event is 3 Odeon challengers. That's a lot, actually. You do not see that many Odeon duelists stepping into an arena all that often. Actually, I think this is the first time I've seen 3 of these taking over regional, especially in a format where not a lot of people are very comfortable right now with sending things. Alliance Insight is so far away at this point in time. Odeon just feels like a safe bet right now, and I don't really blame people for that. So that's really cool to see. The winning this event was Rizel Fiendsmith. One person cracked the formula for this event. It gave them a good opportunity to kind of get ahead of things, and I'm happy to see that, all right? The Rizel's back in action. We also had a Fiendsmith Bestial pile, which I don't have the list for. Interesting choices on that front. We also had a single Malice deck make top 4, which we do have the list for. I am a little bit curious to see, the innovations that Malice is attempting to do right now, but that's a good step in the right direction. We also had Blue Eyes White Dragon out here. You're going to see a lot of Blue Eyes running around out here, and it's not a surprising thing to be seeing because Blue Eyes is just a very strong overall challenger, and we had a Mermail deck. I am really intrigued and I'm curious to see what they're going to be pulling out of their hat out here. Are we going to see Snow Dust Giants? Are we going to see some of these other crazy water ideas that people are trying? Because there's some ideas to be had with this right now, but with all of those ideas shifting back and forth, we'll have to wait and see. So let's pass on over to those deck lists and see what's going on. All right, so starting things off here, wow, it's Fiendsmith Rizel. It's very pleasurable to see this deck post-rotation out here. Post-ban list. We would never use rotation in the form of Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're doing one of each of the Bestials. It's interesting to see that these just moved on in here. Looking fine. Of course, 2 of each of the Rizels. You do see Node moving on in here. We do have a tech choice of Book of Moon in here. I think 2 of this is fine. You're just going to be using this as a very strong card to disrupt your opponent. We are still focusing on the 1 crossout. Now, like the OCG, you're going to start to see a lot of one-off Nibirus in these lists, and if you're curious as to why that is, it's because you can actually play the crossout designator in combination with this and actually ping it. We've reached that sort of place in the format now. Tactile's now moved on into the main deck, and of course, Void or Fiendsmith Paradise doing its job. Side deck, way more Fiendsmith cards. All right, well, in fact, we're calling a Boldrake, and we're actually choosing to play the Saronniers in here. I would figure that you would, push for the Boldrake because the extra interruption is usually pretty warranted, but that's an interesting choice. Also, you do see the double Requiem right now. I think that double Requiem is probably going to be a very, very strong thing. Also, I didn't even mention, we had 2 Lacrima in here. The fact that you can have Lacrima, doing this dump pressure on your opponent and trying to put your opponent into a pretty bad situation overall is going to be really good. Also, you needed the extra level 4 now. While you did take away a majority of the Fiendsmith engine pieces, which, sucks to suck for us, I guess, you did get to make up in the form of Lacrima. So it is a win-win, actually. You just use this to bridge on into the duo drive, and congratulations, you're off to the races. Also evenly matches down here. Okay? Welcome to the new meta. So crazy. All right. Ooh, holy crap. Hello, Odeon. This is 60 card Odeon. And, of course, right, you'd be finishing in some of this Engraver stuff in here. Engraver was always going to be the good stuff. It gives you a boss monster, allows you to put pressure on your opponent, which is what it needs to do. But we're also doing Kashtira plays in here as well. Let's call it what it is at this point, all right? You look at the Kashtira cards, you got to acknowledge the fact that these cards give you ripability. Yeah, sorry, that was me getting punched in the back of the head by Unicorn and taking out my 1 detonator. I cry every single time this actually happens. But yeah, the ratios on this are fine. Interesting that we went a little bit harder on this, but we are focusing on set rotation in here, so you just want to make sure that you can get to the places. Still only one Temple of the Kings and 60 cards. Perfectly reasonable, actually. I see absolutely no need to change up any of these ratios. In terms of what the rest of this deck has going for it, still doing one Anguish Pattern with one Verdict. Verdict is an insane card. This frickin' thing resolves, it's game over, actually. I do see that we're doing 2 of the Apophis, which is pretty normal, but we're also playing the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon in here. I find it very hilarious that this thing is just essentially a free summon. Do not underestimate what this stupid card can actually do in a deck like this, because it's really good. Also, the fact you get to play the Purge is really good. Also, got the whole Mulcharmy squad in here coming to help you on out here. I do think the bearer of bad news is unfortunately 9 Charmies might be kind of the go-to kind of going forward out here. I don't want to disappoint anybody too much, but I think that's what we're dealing with now, everybody. Kind of stinks, but okay. Oh, hi Malice. How are you? So, first thing you're going to notice, we've reached the point now that you may as well play the Shifter, everybody. By dumping the Shifter, you now get the punishing parts of disrupting your opponent. And you know what? It's never felt better, actually, which is really, really good. Now, you do see that Baldrake and Saronir are now taking the place of the other Bestials. Oh, no, we lost Druis Worms. Whatever will we do? Well, you know what you're going to do? You're going to fill these slots in until you get to Alliance Insight. Once you get to Aelin, you're going to see a lot of different things. Now, also, hi, we're actually playing the Metaltroniuses in here. I'm actually surprised to see that this is still sticking around, but kind of on the pregame idea out here, if you're looking at Detonator here, you might be trying to find a way to kind of clean this guy up. Let's call it what it is. I mean, Detonator, it's a stupid powerful card. It does so much for you, more than ever should be allowed, honestly. So when you're looking at this card, yeah, I think that this is a major threat and you need to do something to, clean this up. But also in the situation that we're at right now, you do have some ideas of what you can work with. It's a little bit all over the place. I also do see, hello, Impulses. Man, the fact that Impulse is back in the format. This card did kind of take a little bit of a sleeper for a good couple weeks, but I think Impulse is in a really good position right now, especially when you can cut your opponent off of some of those devastatingly crazy effects. This card's going to help you out so much just to stay in the game. But outside of that, I mean, this Malice list looking pretty interesting out here for what we can actually kind of mess around with on the table. So, I'll take that. Consistency hits are a good thing. And then we also have, Mermails. Now, the thing you're going to notice down here is that Driver in this deck? Well, yes, it is. Now, what we're actually trying to do is we're playing Verpatu. This is the Magikey Spirit. So remember, this is 2 level 4s to make it. It is a water monster. If this card is Exceed Summon, detach a material from this card to add a level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if this card has a normal monster's material, it gains the following effects. At the start of damage step, this card battles an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Detach a material from this card. Your opponent must send that monster to the graveyard. Because you are attempting to play this instead of Snow Dust Giant, also this does have less attack point stats out here. Means that you can actually build Gamma into the deck and actually have a counterplay to whatever your opponent might be trying to do on the counter trap side of things. Just gonna, phrase this. I don't know if this is super good because this means you have to play bricks like this. But, we now have success stories with both Snow Dust Giant and Verpatu, or Viparatu. So it really just depends on what you think is going to be the most successful thing for you out here, especially when you're in the construction phases for a deck like this. But in terms of Mermails, I mean, I think this deck is fine right now. You lost a lot of your extra deck stuff, but, the utility options are all still the same with this. The Lancia Dragon, very, very strong, brings out General Ryo. And you just floodgate your opponent out of the course of the game. It's pretty standard stuff. So, What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.